the way you do it. You play the guitar on the MTV. That ain't working, that's the way you do it. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. Now that ain't working, that's the way you do it. Let me tell you, damn guys ain't dumb. Maybe get a blister on your little finger. Maybe get a blister on your thumb. We got to install microwave ovens, custom kitchen deliveries. We got to move these refrigerators. We got to move these color TVs. To the little faggot with the earring and the makeup. Yeah, buddy, that's his own hair. The little faggot got his own jet airplane. The little faggot, he's a millionaire. We got to install microwave oven, custom kitchen deliveries. We got to move these refrigerators. We got to move these color TVs. Move on, move on. Hawaiian noises, he's banging on the bongos like a chimpanzee. Oh, that ain't working. That's the way you do it. Get your money for nothing, get your chicks for free. We got to install microwave oven, custom kitchen deliveries. We got to move these refrigerators. We got to move these color TVs. Listen here, now, that ain't working. That's the way you do it. You play the guitar on the MTV. That ain't working. That's the way you do it. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. Money for nothing. Chicks for free. Money for nothing. Chicks for free. Ooh, and money for nothing. Chicks for free. Money for nothing. Chicks for free. All that money for nothing. Chicks for free. Money for nothing. Chicks for free. Look
What's up, cyberspace cadets? That's right, it's Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time for some ice cream. And for you noobs, that means that ice cream to me is a treat that I give myself, right? And in a genius marketing concept that I came up with quite a bit ago, I decided to have all these things with the word cream in them. And ice cream is obviously, out of all of them, my favorite tasty thing that I don't do a lot, but once a week, I like to have every Sunday. What's a treat to me is a good conversation, and in this case, man, conversation is one of the main reasons that I talked to this dude, because he's really laid back. I played this song, to open the show, Money for Nothing by Mark Knopfler. It was Dire Straits, but Sting, sat in on it, and it was a great moment there where there was a team up between the genius of Sting and Mark Knopfler, and it was all based around the sound of that guitar, right? And I see this coming together of minds. It's kind of like that, kind of like Mark Knopfler and Sting of laid back interwebs talk. We're going to get together and we're going to hang out and we're going to shoot the shit. And of course, I'm talking about none other than the one and only Pants Ninja, brother.
Hey, what's happening?
That's your cue. What's up, dude?
Oh, yeah.
Keeping it laid back. That's right.
Right on.
That's right. Yeah, I decided to get a little funky with the background noise. I'll turn it down if it's too loud. People, I like this song. Yeah.
I'm all about the funk, man. Let's do it.
That's right, bro. Yeah, and we'll go ahead and move in the dog and cat room and get this thing on, get it rolling, get it going, man. So what I do here, Ninja, is basically, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Well, not a couple. I've got a series of questions here, and some of them are kind of weird and arbitrary, and some of them are kind of weavy in and out. And so the first question I always ask everybody, I begin and I end with YouTube itself, right? So the question here is, how long have you been on YouTube, and what was your main reason to decide to come to YouTube? As a content creator.
As a content creator, right. Well, obviously, I've been around YouTube for years, but I just, a couple years back, we started uploading some of the old, let me start this, okay, I come from an online radio show. Let's start with that, okay? And I have all these files of old shows I didn't know what to do with, so I started uploading a couple onto the YouTube, and that's how me coming over to YouTube started. Took a little hiatus, but I'm coming back with we're doing live shows on YouTube. That was the main reason to go to YouTube, is to have a place to do our show that we used to do on this online radio thing.
Right.
Since the site shut down that we used to be on, we were looking to restart some things, and we're slowly getting there.
Good. So what's the idea behind your personal persona? How much of the Pants Ninja is the real you?
There's balance in all things, right?
Right.
It's me and this ninja. We're this, I guess, to a point. I'm trying to just prove a point that it doesn't matter what my name is or who it is, but there's a message to be told behind everything,
Yeah, but the idea of a stealthy ninja that just does nothing but steals people's pants.
It's ridiculous, right?
It's awesome. I love it because it is a wee bit surreal. Little Dada going on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Little Rene Magritte, maybe a little Salvador Dali.
A little bit.
Yeah, because it's all. I think it's a self-aware, tongue-in-cheek thing.
It is to a point. It's
my fucking pants are gone. What the fuck?
Right? I mean, people are missing socks, right?
God damn it. Okay, well, hey, I'm more comfortable now. Shit. So that's obviously there's a method to your madness.
Oh, there's always a method, man. Like, what's funny is about this persona. It started as some meme page on Facebook, right? We're just posts or memes, whatever. I know I pronounce it incorrectly every time,
That's fine.
but you know. Uh, so it started with that, and I used the tagline "Pants Ninja," which was funny because I started an art business, where I do graphic design and things called Mystic Ninja Designs. There's a whole little theme, you know what I mean?
Right. And even in your in your Discord and on your show, you call it, you have the dojo, where all cool things happen, people. So we'll move on to. All right, so is there like a food from your childhood that you could not stand? You fucking hated it, and as an adult, you like it now?
The answer is I don't like it now, and it's canned spinach. I despise that stuff.
I know, it's like slurping down semen or something, man.
Oh, it's been nasty. A long time. I mean,
dude, hey man, it's like occasionally, it's like I'll run into a can of the stuff and just look at it. Well, I don't know, man. It's just, get a retchy feeling. So yeah, I'm kind of the same way.
It's like eating like wet garbage to me,
That's a great description. That is really cool. So let's say hi to everybody out there while we're chilling back. MGTOW Warrior, greetings, Skep Talk. Hey man, Ismail Ali, once again, you're back. And welcome, of course, always. Evil Dead Ed, 666, greetings, sir. Hung out with him last night. That was pretty fun. Crawdad, okay. Hey man, welcome aboard. And I got to dish one thing out, and then we'll jump back into the questions here. Well, it don't look like anybody needs a aim reach. Well, cool. So, let's move on. Shit. Who would you say was the most influential person from your childhood?
Wow. From a wee little, kid, I'd say I looked up to Hulk Hogan was a big one, man, for real. And Mr. T. I liked positive role models, as a kid in the 80s. We had more than we do now, I feel like.
That's right, brother.
Yeah, but ignore everything about Hogan these days, but just look at that character. You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying, man.
Yeah.
They always did the right thing. They always wanted to help people. They were, they used their strength and their power for good instead of for evil, when it would be easy to do so.
Yeah, I'd say Hulk Hogan, Mr. T, and Captain America probably. Honestly,
killer. So, all right, what kind of kid were you?
Quiet, goofy. Yeah, quiet and goofy was a big one. I tried to be silly, make stupid jokes. I like to be creative, I like to. I was just in drawing and building things and whatever. I was kind of a little timid though, But it's funny because I have an older sister who used to kind of stand up for me because I was such a scrawny kid,
Right.
But yeah, I was really I was trying to be nice, I was always trying to be kind to people and. Just that type, that general, hey, we're trying to do good here,
Yeah, and I do want to clear something up. My Hulk Hogan imitation, no matter how horrible it was out of respect and love. It was not mocking. Okay, just for everybody that's confused out there. All right, we like Hulk.
Yes, I don't even care. I like Hulk Hogan.
All right, so holiday times are different for everybody, and this question kind of revolves around that. It says, do you have a different do you have a favorite Christmas special, or even a Christmas Carol or something that holds special meaning for you during that time of year?
Oh hell yeah, man! It was I'm trying to think of the claymation Christmas thing with the California raisins and stuff.
Oh, really? Yeah, dude, yeah.
I was fascinated by.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, I love the music, and I was fascinated by the stop motion animation. It was pretty cool as a kid to see that kind of stuff.
Right. So you grew up in the '80s. Did you get to see any of the Speaking of stop motion, any of Ray Harryhausen's work from the 60s and 70s, like on VHS back in the day?
I wouldn't say I got to see a lot of that at all. I think that Christmas special was one of the first like major interactions I had with stop motion.
Yeah,
You know,
cool. Yeah, definitely. See, mine was Rudolph. You know,
Rudolph was yeah.
that's a classic. You know, that would be my favorite, to be honest. So if you could go back in time and talk to yourself at the age of 8, what would you tell little Ninja?
Start stealing pants now. Start your training now. Stop.
Right.
I tell myself to, it's okay to jump out of your shell and be a little more open about to people. I kept away from people. I had some small, didn't want to go up to a counter and order something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was very, very shy, and I would try to get myself out of that situation, be a little more open earlier, and be careful about trusting certain people. We all have those moments.
Yeah.
That's the big ones. I'd say save your money too. Like definitely save your damn money. Stop spending on hookers and blow.
Man, so all right, do you recall a embarrassing moment like when you were like in school, maybe as I don't know, like a middle schooler or something like that?
Most of my entire schooling, I would say. I wasn't the most popular kid. I'll just say that. I was just quiet, nerdy type in the back of the classroom. So I could probably name a million of those.
Oh yeah.
But I think it was one time I was sitting in class with I was wearing a jacket because it was cold, and this freaking huge ass bug crawls out of my jacket. I guess because I was outside earlier, right?
Right.
And this kid behind me just made the biggest freaking deal out of it. The whole class was staring at me, and that whole year I got called some kind of weird bug nickname. It was annoying.
Sounds so dumb, man. But
yeah, right?
You're right.
It was just like, what the hell? Really, guys?
So when you got to high school, what was that like?
Well, I moved around a lot, so that was kind of different for me depending on where I was,
Really? Was it like a military thing or just
No, we just moved around. My dad did construction work and things, and we all moved in the same area, but I know he jumped companies a couple times.
Right.
Right. But I mean, I was, like I said, my whole high school career was me hanging out with the band kids and the stage people, and I don't know. I was just computers and art and cooking, man. That was what I was focused on, and I was kind of like I said, I was just shy, man. I didn't hang out with a lot of people. I wasn't Mr. Popular,
Right. Well, okay. So so you finished all 4 years of high school. Do you plan on going to your 20-year reunion?
No, I stay away from the reunions. It's usually inconvenient for me because I'm working a lot.
Right.
And I figure the people that want to keep in contact with me do, So I'm cool with that.
I totally get that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got maybe 3 friends from high school, and we're still talking to this day. And I'm an old man, so yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. It's, the ones that
I don't.
Was it the old saying? The ones that matter don't mind, and the ones that mind don't matter, or something
right.
like that. The ones that care or stay in your life. Basically.
Mm-hmm. All right, and the universe tells you,
What was the moment that you knew you weren't a kid anymore? You weren't a child.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a tough question for me. My brother, okay, I'll talk about him a minute. I talked a little bit about this on Doc's thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a defining moment of childhood to, okay, we got to grow up now. You know what I mean? And I'll just give a brief, touch up. My brother was hit by a car. He was put in a coma for 3 months while me, him, and my sister were walking to school. and he's permanently disabled, like his whole life, brain injury, yada yada. But
So we all right. Let me stop you right there. And when you
Sure.
say permanently, like, what do you mean? Is he still in a coma, or is he still?
No, he's out of the coma, but he's permanently disabled regarding physical and mental. He talks slow, he moves slow, he has problems with certain things, like he has a permanent brain injury. You
Right.
know?
So he's not vegetative though. That's
No,
kind
no.
of yeah. I didn't.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember.
that's all good. Yeah, I should clarify a little better, I guess.
No, it's fine. You're doing great.
But like that, helping take care of him when I was young, really made you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Made me feel like, okay, we got to be a little more responsible now. And like going through and meeting kids that were in the hospital with him and going through his physical therapy really made me like realize, wow, there's, you grow up quick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, but are you proud of the way you responded to the situation?
I mean, as proud as I can be, I suppose. Looking back, hindsight's 2020. We could always handle things differently.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was a lot of trauma that I didn't realize I had from seeing all that and dealing with that. It took a long time to deal with that, like handle that properly, I think.
Yeah. Did you do it through therapy, or was it just your own kind of internal therapy?
Life, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of get,
Yeah.
You pick up on things, and I don't know. The older I got, the more like I felt like I was realizing more about the human psyche and things. Kind of just picking up on things.
So you were getting kind of like a Buddha experience out of this thing.
It's weird. Like, yeah, like not like,
And when I say this thing, I don't mean to minimize it at all, man.
No, you're cool. You're good.
Because this that type of deep experience, that trauma can, it can be a positive thing, it can be negative. It just depends on how the person, or a little above, depending on how the person receives it. It's
right.
Yeah. Because that's always the argument I always have, when people say, well, excuse person X because of this trauma that they experienced as a child, when they're doing unacceptable shit. And I'm like, well, there's, 40 other million people that had the same trauma, and they're perfectly normal and productive people. That's kind of where I was coming from with that,
Right. Yeah, I get you. It's hard to, handle things without knowing, like having not on, okay, be aware of this sign, be aware of that, you know what I mean? And inside someone's head, like dealing with trauma is a difficult situation because it's so, oh, you're good. You cool?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I just hit the thing on my head because I dropped something.
Happens to me a lot, man. No worries. But like, I don't know. It's case specific, I suppose,
Absolutely. So all right, we're moving on. So just tell me about the first time you got fucked up.
Wow. 20th birthday at my best friend's house that I've known since like 6th grade. I still like hang out with this dude to this day. Yeah, he was having a party at his folks' house, and I showed up there, and that was the first time I did 7 shots of 151, and it was the first time I ever drank. And I think I smoked something, and ended up talking out. I was talking to these 2 girls outside, and I just remember like leaning on my arm on his picnic table, just kind of half cockeyed, looking at him like, I'm gonna go sit over here a minute. And I passed out in a lawn chair in the middle of town for like 3 hours.
I think I was at that party, man. I think I remember you.
Oh God.
And
yeah, there's some stories, brother.
So is that what led to your Mac Daddy status? Because everybody knows that, yeah, this dude is slinging some major madness. I'm just saying, ladies.
We don't even want to get on that because I can't keep a girlfriend. I mean, I keep breaking them.
He's available.
I don't know.
Yeah, available. Okay, I'll shut up.
No, you're good.
So, good. Tell me about the first time you went and saw a concert, live music.
Oh, okay. I'm not counting like local like shows, I guess, when I was real young, because my uncle's been in music for like most of my life, like I saw him a lot, like as a kid. You know, he did Motown and soul and stuff like that, funk. Like one of the top groups for like cover bands around here, I guess. You know. But my first the first most memorable one was seeing the Violent Femmes in Baltimore for free.
Yeah,
that was my first show. I was about like 16 or 17, I think.
So, and what was your response to it?
It was crazy. I had a good time. I was with my sister, and we were with like a whole van of people. We just drove down to Baltimore and checked it out and spent the day. It was cool. It was a good time.
Dude, man, that's such an interesting band to, you know, I think for a first experience. I bet it was awesome.
It was like, and that was my first major experience, like getting into the Femmes too. I've heard, you know, Blister in the Sun and a few things before, and I was like, okay, let's check them out. And I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah, and then you get into the deep shit like Country Death Song and man, Hallowed Ground. Yeah, Hallowed Ground is a great album, and it's like one of those unsung, you know, top 10 albums that like you take to the desert island with you. For me, right? It would be in that list. I don't know. Not everybody's the same. But yeah, the Violent Femmes awesome. So what is your favorite band right now?
That's tough. The one I've most listened to like recently, and this is probably within the past year or two, is The Midnight.
Okay.
I'd say they're a retro wave is what it's called. So it's like electronic music that sounds like it was made in the 80s almost.
Sweet. Is it like Tangerine Dreamy kind of electronic, or is it more kind of like, you know, like
LA pop, kind of like Out of Miami Vice stuff even?
Oh,
you know?
okay. Yeah. The Jan Hammer type shit. Okay.
Kind of, but it's a little more soulful, like lyrically. And
really?
it's they go by this thing, mono no aware, some Japanese term or something. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it, but it means like a reflection of the past or something like that. And no matter how much you want to go back to these times, you can only relive them in memories, you know? So it's like, it's pretty fascinating, I guess. I like it. It's chill. But then again, Rammstein's new stuff is freaking boss. Like,
down with that?
It's such a wide spectrum.
Well, you know, kind of like, you know, when you popped in the room, I was jamming to, you know, punk, and just before that, I've been listening to a Tool cover of a Led Zeppelin song, right? So, you know,
right?
Yeah, I love the fact that the music is so diverse, and there's something good of everything, right? To me, in my opinion, I don't know. It's just I figured we could kind of jam on music for a little bit. You know, it's just the whole show that you used to do was based around music, right?
It was, yep. It is, and it's getting back to that too. We did a lot of
talk about
underground. Yeah, underground musicians mostly, all different kind of genres. Like we had a big stake in the whole ICP community for a minute. Like we're still connected with a bunch of them types of people,
right.
But like there's a lot of local groups that are just amazing. And the point is trying to help promote these small like musicians that aren't going to get like we're not always going to get a record deal like that, and not everyone who deserves one gets one. You know. Yep. So we're just trying to help, like the old school days, man. You know, help push a movement, I suppose.
Yeah, and that sounds more like the what was started going on towards the end of the '80s, and it was predicted by Frank Zappa. In a question that I asked him over the telephone, I told him what he thought underground music, where it was headed, and he said, unfortunately, it's headed further underground.
It's true.
Yeah, and that was deep, man. I asked two questions to Frank Zappa on the phone on the radio show one day.
That's awesome.
That's my claim. Man, Zappa's, I don't know. I'm gay on Zappa, so.
That's
saying.
Cool.
Yeah, we lost him way too soon. So, all right. You were talking about ICP. I guess are you aware of the latest? the Juggalette, I believe, is what she's called, right?
Okay.
What do they call? What do they call chicks that are
the female? There, yeah, Juggalo and Juggalette, I believe, was the thing.
Okay. All right, so I would just I'm sorry, I'm not up on the vernacular here.
Oh, you're cool, brother. It is a weird movement, man. Like,
But
yeah.
I believe yesterday or last night, some point in the last 24 hours, I believe that a Juglet YouTuber known as KK's Carnival has challenged Andy Worski to a wrestling match. So
I just saw that post.
we're gonna have
Okay.
to prepare for
I got
that.
something.
Go
I
ahead.
got something to say on that though. Yeah,
Please
like
do, man.
this chick, this KK Carnival thing, cotton candy. Okay, some randomly showed up on YouTube for me, like just paint, clown paint, rapping about Juggalo stuff. Can't tell if she's like a troll or if she's for real.
Right. Right.
And we linked her. She's connected with some comedy group in Canada, which makes me believe that this is all some kind of like super gimmick thing.
Oh, a comedy group in Canada. And
I know
Andy
that
Worski.
much. I don't know Andy Worski. Should I?
Andy Worski is a pretty famous YouTuber around the skeptic community, et al., and some of the people that
right.
you and I interact with.
Okay. No disrespect, by the way. No disrespect.
No, and we're not associated. I'm not technically. I came in because of the skeptic people drew me in but I don't do that kind of stuff. I try to avoid talking about politics because there's so many fucking people doing it. Right.
Right.
I'm just trying to do my thing, show you who I am through what I do. Right. And I think that we're kindred in that deal. And that's one of the things that attracted me to you. If you had asked me from our conversations before I really knew what you were into, who I thought you would listen to, I said, this dude he sounds like a jam band kind of guy, right?
Right.
Because you're so laid back, man. And
I do like my jam bams now.
Okay, well, hey, then, I won't ask you about doing illegal drugs or anything like that because, that's illegal and we can't talk about that kind of stuff.
I will say I was very low key on a lot of things. I really didn't do much of anything. I will say that.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I cannot say that.
Everyone else now that I knew was on every other freaking thing under the sun. Well, I was just kind of, yep, we're here.
That's right. Hey, Poppy, how you doing, sis? I'm just saying hey to Poppy out there, the Lucky Pop Thought. It's in my server. She's the Lucky Pop Thought, but she's going by the Lucky Pop Thought. She's sweet. She's a good person. And
right on.
And if you want to later, you can listen to my interview with her on my channel. Please subscribe, like, and all that shit.
Do it now.
You'll
never see your pants again.
The mid-roll is over.
Beautiful.
Nice. All right. Well, so what about relationships? Let's talk about that a little bit because sure. I alluded to your Mac Daddiness.
What do you want to know?
So just I don't know. Is it okay to ask like what age group you're near? Are you between the 18 to 35 demographic? You know what I'm saying?
I'm between 18 and 40. I'll tell you that.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm actually 37. I am 37.
Okay. So you kind of okay. So he is on the market, ladies. I'm just saying.
I look like I'm 22. I'm just saying.
Your voice makes my butthole wet, and that scares me. I'm just saying.
Oh,
yeah.
You really want me to get into this now?
Yeah, I'm aping AP on that one.
Nice.
Mariam Bassan. Hi. Hey. On D Live, greetings. Yeah, we're doing a multicast. I want to say hello. On D. Greetings. Y'all hang out and check this thing out. Pants Ninja is the shit, like I said earlier. I'm just saying. I like this guy, y'all. And upcoming, I'll talk at the end, but there's going to be some stuff coming up, which is good. This is all good shit, man. So we talked about the deal. I've got a question here. What was the worst day of your life? Well, I think we covered that.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Well, so what about the best day of your life? What does that look like?
Well, it's hard to say, man. Like, I don't look at it like there's a best and a worst, honestly. Like, everything is good and bad, I know I'm being kind of whatever about it.
It's very
like,
Eastern. No, that's an very Eastern type of, conceptually, philosophically approach.
I mean, that's kind of how I really think of things, that's how I get through, like,
Right.
Okay, you're going to have good and you're going to have bad. Just, you have to take one with the other, but there's great moments every day and there's bad moments every day, so it's
Right.
like today, I guess, would be the best day of my life because I'm here talking with you and we're, it's been a good day,
Well, fuck
things have been
man.
chill.
All right. Well,
Tomorrow might be the best day too. We'll see.
we'll see, man. That's right. Well, and that's what, I got arguing with somebody about that time doesn't exist, and I still stand by it. But let's go. All right. Question. Let's see. What's your favorite old school muscle car?
Muscle cars.
Yeah. Are you down with that?
Hard to. I mean, I'm not a car guy, honestly.
But even if you aren't a car guy, there's got to be some muscle car that, like, damn, man, I'd love to drive one of those, or own one. You know what I'm saying? Hey, memes.
Let me think here a minute. I mean, this isn't a muscle car. I mean, I don't know if there's an actual muscle car that I really want.
What are you gonna say? A Ford Fairlane or some shit?
Now, I was gonna say the A-Team van, but that's not a muscle car. I just want the A-Team van.
He wants the 18 van. Hey, man.
Fuck yeah! Like, I don't know. I was into Jeeps. I got some. My dad used to ride a bike, but that was before I was born. So like, I know bikes a little bit.
Yeah, and see, you're rubbing off on me because now my brain just said the Batmobile. Right?
See, listen, fuck a muscle car, and I love that question, but I just don't have an answer for it. So I'm gonna say 18 van, total Batmobile, but I want the Adam West one. Like, that's got some class.
Yeah, with the fins, dude. No shit.
Yeah.
And the parachute. That was.
I want that freaking shark repellent, man.
Yes. And the utility belt. That's a great movie, man.
Oh, fantastic!
It is
horrible.
really good. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Let's see. So, all right. So, guilty pleasures. There's culinary guilty pleasures, stuff we love to eat. We, you know what I'm saying? Music that's embarrassing to tell. It's like, I like this person named That Poppy. Okay, I listen to her music on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, and a lot of people just look at me like, really? It's like, yeah, I like it. Pop music. So, food-wise, movie-wise, music-wise, what would you say are your guilty pleasures?
Well, food-wise, man, I'm a sucker for. Not that I eat these much, but there's these snack cherry pie things. Oh my gosh. I can like that and brownies, dude. Like, you put any of that in front of me, I'm done. Like, but I'm a big I've been a chef for like 20 years now, or
Right.
19 or whatever. So like, there's a lot of different stuff I got to try and work with. So
Are you like a meal chef? Do you do, or do you? I knew like a person that like was just specifically pastry, right? And
Right.
that's all she did was pastry, man. So what does that spectrum look like while we're talking about it?
I'm a little bit. I can do some baking, a little bit of pastry. Not very often though in my current job. I mostly I guess would be like meals, like hot food production. I work saute grill lines. I run a food truck. You know, like
Nice.
I do a whole bunch of different like hot food. You know,
Nice.
is the best I can say. I'm not like a salad guy. I'm not like a prep cook. You know, but it's definitely.
So do you make a good grilled cheese? That's what I want to know.
Oh man, come on, really? I'm gonna tell you the secret of a good grilled cheese. Don't use butter, use mayo, man. Like, I'm for real.
As the fat, to like cook it in?
Oh yeah, like butter. Instead of buttering your bread with butter, use mayo once. It adds a different kind of like feel to it, a new flavor.
Yeah.
And like stack your cheese, man. Throw some bacon in there. Do something. You know, paninis.
Nice.
So that's the way to go. Let me tell you.
Nice. Keep going, dude. Keep going.
Fuck, man. Okay, well, I got this Italian herb thing with fresh basil and tomato and fresh mozzarella with balsamic glaze to grill that up real nice. You know, that's a good one. It's pretty simple too. Like, but I just made a grilled cheese. I got this cheddar bacon stuff, man. Like, stack that stuff thick. Use the mayo on it. Threw some tomatoes in there. It was beautiful. Melissa S.
What is
My
she say?
favorite food is puss, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I know tacos very well. Thank you. Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Wish I had my sound clips loaded.
Yeah, like this one.
Dude,
God.
we should all aspire to be Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, we should. He's a hell of a man.
Dude.
Sorry, I'll leave it alone.
Oh,
Leave
you're
it
going-
alone. All right, don't touch it.
Let me tell you, man, like the whole Pants Ninja persona is all about that. So like just do your thing, man. You know?
That's right. I'm not wearing pants. I'm fuck.
Kilts are acceptable.
That's right. Let it fly. Let it fly. Just let the love hang. Where am I? Oh yeah. All right. Movie wise, what's a guilty pleasure for you?
Trauma Entertainment. Anything by Trauma. I love The Toxic Avenger and Sergeant Kabuki, man. Can you hear me? All right. Yeah. Trauma Entertainment, like The Toxic Avenger was a big one for me. I'm into the independent film, you know. Independent horror movies I'm loving. Like Puppet Masters. I love the Friday the 13th series. Like the list goes on, but I like a lot of stuff with a story too, you know. Like I'm all over. Not Son of Sam. That was Son of Sam's the wrong movie. There was I Am Sam. That was a touching story, you know. That's you guys are funny. I want to say hi to these guys real quick though.
Yeah, I do, man. Yeah.
Like hi everybody in chat. I'm reading your comments. Like you're all distracting the hell out of me right now. I love it.
Nice.
Let's give a thumbs up on iRate's video for tacos, okay? Come on, guys.
Yeah, thumbs up for tacos.
But yeah, like the Toxic Avenger, obviously one of my favorite, and Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD, hands down.
Oh, dude, have you seen God? What's the name of that? Big Man Japan.
I don't know if I have.
Oh, Bubba, it's cool. It's a great movie. And we'll talk about that later because really this is really about you. So let's see. Anime. Do you have a favorite anime series and character or
Wow.
movie?
Okay.
Something like that?
I liked Akira, obviously. That was a classic. That was one of my first experiences. Like, and the Silverhawks, obviously, that animation style, and Thundercats, stuff like that. But there's a few I like. You know, I like the there's a Vampire Hunter D series. I liked
Right.
Fully Cooley. Like I said, Cowboy Bebop. I was watching Full Metal Alchemist for a while.
Oh, dude, yeah, okay. So yeah, you're like me. You're more into the classic stuff.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. If there's something cool that's on, I'll check it out. You know, Shin-Chan was a big one too. I love Shin-Chan. Stuff's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
about this little kid and his family, and he's just such a filthy little kid, man. It's awesome.
Kind of like what was it, Pigpen? The kid on the Charlie Brown that had the dust and flies and shit around him. And...
More so vulgar than dirty, I should say then.
Oh, vulgar.
Running around with his ass hanging out, and you get to see his elephant trunk once in a while. It's really weird.
I like that word, vulgar. Nice, man. That's a good word. That is.
But
I mean, they have cities in Africa. You are aware of that, right?
Wow. I didn't know.
Thanks, Sargon. I don't know. He's just sitting over there in the corner, quiet now. He's
hanging out.
Yeah, I guess so. So, sorry, man.
Don't commit self-delete. Don't do it.
No, don't sunset yourself. No, Daddy, no. All right.
Wow.
What do you think? All right. So, is there a common misconception you think people have about you?
I mean, it's hard. That's a hard one. Like, there's certain people that I've interacted with over the years that just, think that I'm always happy and peace loving and yada yada. I'm like, no, I'm definitely not. There's a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing going on here too. Don't worry. We all have those moments. So, mostly, I don't know. Like, I really don't pay that much attention, I guess. If you like me, cool. If you don't, okay too,
Yeah, that's interesting, man, because a lot of people like to try to play this stupid gotcha game with inconsistency. And I think that as human beings, we are inconsistent, and I think if you can't accept that about yourself, I mean, it's like everybody says, I'm this, this, and this, but there's always an exception or, like you were saying earlier, gray areas. And I think that that's something to... that a lot of people really need to get real about because
right.
I don't know. I just what you said triggered that in me. It was a good trigger too.
Good. I believe life is perception. However you want to see it is how it's going to be.
Absolutely, man. And if one thing I've learned especially in the recent couple of months, is that life's too short to be terrified, to be afraid of shit that most of the shit that I've ever worried about never happened.
Right? That's anxiety kicking in, man. I deal with that too. Yeah. Like, it's hard to be like, I'm always type to plan out things and be over cautious. I'm an overthinker,
Right.
And it's hard to do that sometimes with people too, I feel like I've self-sabotaged myself in times with relationships, at least, because of that quality, or because I'm not always openly emotional, I guess, even though I want to be. The anxiety kicks in and says, you better ease off,
Right. Right. I don't want to fuck up with this one, right?
Right? Like, that happens a lot. And, it's a matter of finding your balance, like I said. I always go back to that,
What about, have you ever thought about CBD and anything like that to treat that? Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm looking into medical right now, actually. I mean, obviously, I've smoked at some point in my life, and I realize the effects and stuff, Yeah. I'll leave it at that, but I'm looking into it. I think like the opioid problem in America is a big problem. I really believe that.
Yeah.
And I'm dealing with losing space in my back, like between the discs. So I got that pain stuff going on. Like, I'm trying to get back in shape. And I'm like, that would help. I feel like at least get my mind right in certain points and help the pain. And like,
chronic pain can really be can lead to depression.
Right. And it's not a cure-all, though.
It'll wear your ass down, though.
It will. I don't think that it can. I just don't think it's a cure-all. I mean, I think it takes, like, okay, you got to exercise, you got to, read, you got to, get yourself stuff, but I think it'll help symptoms,
I agree. agree.
Like ibuprofen helps, whatever, for a while. Same idea, you know.
Yeah, and that's what they say that the pain management effect out of CBD is an anti-inflammatory kind of effect. So,
Right.
And if that's the the source of your your pain, then it's going to help you for sure. I think.
Truth. Like it all starts with mental. Everything, you know.
Absolutely. All right, so boom, 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 boom. Okay, yeah, I came up with this one just for you.
Sure.
If you could go back in time and spend a week with anybody, who would it be and
yes. God, I have so many of these. I'm gonna give you a couple answers if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always have a problem deciding on just one thing. You know, like I need like 3 or 4. I need a variety. I need options. Like. I definitely would like to spend some time with Buddha. That'd be fun. You know, just try to get some information, enlightenment. Johnny Cash, I'd like to sit down with. You know, that'd be.
Wow.
Yeah, like he had a very interesting life, and I grew up on that kind of stuff, man. Let me tell you that, like 70s and 80s outlaw country, that was a big part of my childhood. My parents were always listening to stuff like that, you know. There were stories, man. That's music lacks that these days.
Yeah, what is it? Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, that
the Highwaymen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
the Old West, man. They were all about that.
Yeah, I lived in Nashville at that time when all that that music was coming out. It was really interesting because they were saying there was too much rock and roll in it, and because it wasn't pure enough. It wasn't. So there was this divide, right? The influence, right. the electric influence versus the old school bluegrass, schools and shit.
Oh yeah, I'm dropping things now. Don't mind me.
It's cool. That's cool. All right. So what? Tell me a job that you would be terrible at.
A job I would be terrible at. Well, I'm awesome at everything I do, so I can't really answer. No. I would not be the guy you want to ask fashion sense from because I'm very simple with my tastes, I guess.
Right.
Like I know I like classics. For suits I like the classic, stuff. Straight. I like black. Whatever. Black and red and blue, my favorite colors. Right. There's something for you.
Cool.
I also don't think I'd be a good gynecologist. But I mean, I would just stare at it and get hungry. That's what would happen. Shout out to all you guys in chat and your damn tacos.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't want me performing brain surgery either, guys. Trust. I was pretty good at operation, but that's about as far as I take it.
It's funny how the male IQ drops when a pair of tits is in front of him.
I mean, listen.
It's funny. Do you ever watch these movies and shit and see people talking to each other while they're fucking? And it's like, hell, I'm like a caveman. I can't. That's all I can muster.
Hey,
I can't speak.
It's good to have composure and be a gentleman at times, but there's other times where you just got to be like, damn, girl, what's up?
Yeah. So, what's a favorite piece of clothing you've owned or own currently?
Clothing?
Yeah.
Definitely not pants, guys. That's right. No. Well, this shirt I'm wearing right now is I got this Bruce Lee thing on. It's
nice.
Has him from when he got clawed in Enter the Dragon, like his face doing that pose.
Yeah.
And it says "Fear no one." It's one of my favorite shirts ever.
Wicked. I'm wearing my Spider-Man shirt that's all fucking ripped up and shit. It's awesome.
Dude, I got another one. I just ordered this shirt. You remember Ernest from back in the day?
Oh, yeah, man.
Jim Barnes. Have you ever... Yeah, right. Okay. So some dude crossed that with Jason Goes to Hell. And there's a shirt and it says Ernest Goes to Hell, right? And it's the picture of Ernest Goes to Jail, right? But he's holding a Bible and a cross and he's coming out of the ground with flames behind him. I'm going to shout out horriblehomevideo.com. Y'all need to check that site out. These mashup shirts are fantastic.
That sounds great, man.
Like, it's super, dude. Like, y'all
The
would love that
image
shit.
alone is just fucking in my head. It's awesome. That's awesome, man. I like it.
I like obscure things.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, here's an obscure question for you.
Yeah.
If you had to have your genitals chopped off, what would you replace them with?
Ooh. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Well, the first thing I obviously thought it was a robotic penis, you know?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, the fix a flat method, right?
but let's take a more interesting answer. Okay, from dusk till dawn, there was a little gun that guy had in his belt that popped out. I would totally want one of them. It had like 2 barrels as the testicles and the, you know, yeah. I would totally want a penis gun.
Nice.
That would be fun.
Yes. I'm glad I asked you this question, man, because it was like I was in another chat and somebody asked this question as a joke and shit. I said, "Damn, that's a good question."
I think it's hilarious.
It's a great question. All right, so all right, now we get back. Like I said, we come full circle, and we're back at YouTube.
Ooh.
So, who would you say is a criminally undersubbed YouTuber, somebody that you think really needs more love than they're getting?
I got a few of those guys.
Okay, if you name them.
Gaming and yelling, hey, this is for you, buddy. Go subscribe to that guy.
That's right. That's the show I was
know?
on last night, and where I met Evil Dead Ed.
You know what's funny is I'm looking in chat right now. You know, Sir Adamantine. I always have a blast with him. You know, Callum McLeod. I've been around you a few times. I'd like to get you know a little better. You know what I mean? You like definitely pick on Trippy. Shout outs to them guys. You know.
Right.
Shout outs to Irate. You know, obviously. Pinoid. What's up?
Yeah, no doubt.
And Doc Griffin, obviously.
Yeah, Doc.
Like the key group, man. Like, I feel like this whole group of people that I roll with, like, y'all are just underrated, man. You'll get up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, I really believe there's a lot of great content here to be shared and a lot of fun times to be had, you know?
I totally agree with that, man. You know, life's too short for bullshit. And, you know, just laying back and laughing and shit is what I love to do here. Because I got some heavy IRL shit going on right now. And this is such a fun release and diversion. Data Wasteland, Kaplach, or Live Long and Prosper. I'm sorry, I forgot you were Vulcan. Or
I was going to say Nanu.
okay. Or Jolan True. I'm a Trekkie, so only Trekkies know what Jolan True means, man.
I'm both.
It's a Romulan salute. Yes, I'm a Rami.
I'm a Borg. It's all right.
You will be assimilated.
Everyone will surrender their pants.
Everyone will lose their pants. All right, what about overhyped YouTubers? Who do you fucking not get, man? I don't understand. Why does everybody like this guy? Why do they have 6 million subs?
That's a tough question for me to answer because I don't know. Like everyone that I mess with, I'm like, I pretty much get, you know what I mean? But like, I'll say a lot of current musicians, there's a lot I don't get. Like, how are they so big, you know?
Yeah. The
like,
Autotune group?
Yeah, like that was I mean, and this is funny because I like electronic music, but like, I prefer, like, okay, do your electronic, but be classically trained. You know what I mean? Be able to pick up a keyboard or a guitar and sing along with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for my entertainment now. Like,
right. I mean, 'cause you could use Autotune for texture, you know, and even use it for, like, you know, harmonies and stuff, right?
Right.
But this, like, you know, they just use it to keep a fucking person that looks a certain way in tune.
Yeah.
They can't do it themselves, so we'll make
Right.
we'll make electronics to help them do that, which is cool because it's the same kind of ideas as what keeping me alive today. So I can.
I can't. Yeah, I can't sing a lick, man, but I can play some guitar and mess with electronic stuff. You know, I get it.
Really? I did not know you played guitar. See,
A little bit. A little bit.
A little bit. See, I can strum, but I'm not a guitar player. You know what I'm saying?
I'm basic, man. Like I can keep a pretty decent rhythm and write some funny lyrics. You know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I had a garage band I was in for a minute.
Yeah, me too,
But-
man. I'll turn you on to some. Let's turn each other on our music.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything. Like I have it on cassette somewhere.
Yeah. I was thinking about buying it. There's some cassette players on eBay that I'm thinking about picking one up to transfer a bunch of cassette stuff. So if in the future you want to send me your stuff and let me, transcribe it to digital, I'll do that for you. So that's an option I'm offering.
Word.
All right, so we're at the top of the hour, to be honest. And talk
shit.
about your channel for a little bit and what the game plan is coming up in the future.
Well, it's a long plan, and if I get more time, it'll come quicker. But so right now, we're just been doing some random live streams, just talk stuff, kicking it, very low key, chill. But I have plans for. We used to do interviews, so I'm getting back into that, trying to book some guests. We had everyone from like a lot of underground musicians. We had I don't know if you heard of Muck Sticky. He was on our show twice. Then there was like Low Key, and we were trying to get Twisted on there. We had the dude T Reville, my dude from up in PA here, and then we just some random YouTubers. We just had I have to go back and see. Actually, I posted an interview. Sasha booked one, and it was a rough day with that one. She had to take care of some stuff. And let me see. Where did it go? Well, Mystic Ninja Designs, check out the channel. We'll start with that because let me see here. I have
Absolutely.
Corpse Circus here and Mr. Eight Legs that was like 4 years ago we did that show. Low Key, Saint Sinna, a bunch of just rappers for those guys. But they're talented guys,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the Byron Helms video went, but we interviewed him recently. Anyway, so that was the plan, is to get back into those types of shows. I had some possibly, if I can get a decent camera working here, I want to do some live footage of some things, make little skits and whatever. Have some animation I was working on.
Sweet.
I want to do a little series of because I do graphic art and design and stuff, right? So I want to do a pixel art thing.
Right. Check your page, your watch page. I just added all your links because I just realized that he had put them
Oh, it's all good.
when I asked you yesterday. So yeah.
Yeah.
Facebook, Twitch, SoundCloud, and Twitter, man. Where's the YouTube? Hold on. Irate's got to find the YouTube now.
Huh.
Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. It's
Irate's having a time. It's cool. We're all here just kicking it, man.
It's right. Yeah, I'm kind of, it's really hard for me to stay focused right now because there's so much shit going on.
That's the key factor too. You got to just keep one thing in the horizon and just focus, man. You'll get through this.
That's right.
Always.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. It's just hard for me to stay focused.
I get it.
Hashtag ADD. It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm just a rambunctious boy.
Oh, it's me too, man. I multitask like a mofo. I got 8 tabs open, talking to 6 people. Yeah, I know, Melissa. I'm gonna give you another shout out. What's up? How you doing?
Nice. Yeah, Melissa's awesome, man. Good people.
Shout out to Evil Dead Ed too. One day sober.
Is that are you an in sober, like an incel but sober, involuntarily sober?
Involuntarily sober. Oh, Goatman showed up. Thank you
call
for
it-
blessing the stream.
Thank you. Fuck yeah. Fuck pants. That's what I'm saying. That's right.
Goatman's my dude. I love Goatman.
Dude, the Goat Man is a legendary being on this here platform, right? He's got a nose for awesome, and once you're blessed, man. So you've been blessed, and every like I said, every time he blesses the stream, it's a good one, and this is no different. But I am pulling up your YouTube. Oh, Irate, what is wrong with you? You know what?
You know what? You're wearing pants. No, I'm just kidding. I know you ain't. I know my boy ain't wearing pants.
I ain't wearing no pants, dude, trust me.
Maybe we do need some pants up in here to keep our silly asses straight, man.
You think, man? I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
fuck pants. Hashtag fuck pants.
Hashtag
Pants Ninja
fuck
life.
pants. That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Pants Ninja embodies everything silly and ridiculous, you know?
Pants Nimba.
Let's do it.
I like Nimba. It's awesome, dude. Yes, exactly. You know, don't be childish, be childlike.
You know, there are times that we have to be serious, sure.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yes.
But just keep that kid alive in you, man. Like,
Yes.
I don't know. Everyone's got to have something to look forward to, right?
Yeah, man. And that's kind of what, you know, it's like the motto is modified instead of saying, be, I don't know, man. It's like my attitude about responsibility is changing somewhat. Or not responsibility, it's an attitude towards the mores and the pressures of society, right? In our personal choices, you know.
I do.
And I don't want to get political on the shit, but it's like I'm doing what the fuck I want to now. I'm not holding back, and I'm not trying to appease an audience or anything. I'm just having fun, talking to people and loving people, you know, and doing my thing. I'm trying to be a good person, you know. I don't always succeed.
Nor should we. I mean, like I said, man, we can't have light without dark and vice versa, right?
Indeed. Exactly. How would you gauge pleasure if you never experienced pain?
I'm going to say something real quick. Evil Ed, man, I am well versed in my Bruce Campbell, sir. I have a replica poster from the original movie right beside me to my left.
I've got Evil Dead 2 behind me, Bubba.
I got, the collection
original
back there.
One sheet.
See, that's my kind of stuff, man. I'm loving. I use,
all right, man. All right, so I don't have anybody to really talk about horror films with.
Oh, you got me, brother. What's up? As long as you're like sticking in the 80s and 90s, I'm kosher.
Oh, Bubba, maybe we want to think about maybe like doing something. You know, occasionally you and I getting together and talking about a specific movie. Like,
I'll tell you what, man, we were planning something like this. It was a loose plan, so I didn't bring it up, but talking about it, we were going to do like a mystery science theater. You know what I mean? Watch these like old movies that are, you know, you can watch whatever, critique them, talk about them, you know, do a little commentary, whatever.
Right.
But I was going to do like a 4 or 5 episode thing with that. I mean, if you're interested, I'll throw the invite out. We can plan something out. Like,
sweet. See, I would like to do something like a movies, like Videodrome. I think
Sure.
That's an 80s film. Yeah, it's dated because of, you know, the technology, but it's still a fucking excellent movie. And I think Scanners could be remade. I'm a big Cronenberg fan, so that tells you a lot about Irate right there.
right.
You know, because he was very body horror, very sexual, dead ringers and shit. So I don't know.
Puppet Master is one of my favorite series.
See, now that's it. The Full Moon collection.
Love that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
man, that's some awesome shit too, man. I love the whole uh, God, what are they called? Subspecies.
Subspecies,
Yeah,
yeah.
Radu and Bloodstone and all those movies. I love that shit, man. They had
What was
stop motion. Remember he broke his fingers off and they turned into little dudes and shit
Oh yeah,
and helped
yeah.
them
'Cause,
escape. Yeah.
Doll Man was the other one I was thinking
Yes. Yeah. Tim
That's
Thomerson.
it.
Yeah, man.
of. Yeah. Scanners was it Scanners or what was the one where they went like back in time or something? I can't remember, but it was like a big series with a detective guy.
Yeah. 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 I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, but that and Shrunken Heads was like one of my brother's favorite movies. So we were into that shit.
Killer. This is killer, man.
Actually, I want to say something again real quick. Evil Ed's talking. He's like, I got the one where they play laser tag. I think I just got the latest one they put out last year sitting on my shelf over there. I'm pretty sure I have the entire series on my shelf.
Oh, excuse me.
Except when they went against the demonic toys. That was a different one. I don't think I have that one yet.
Well, okay, so before we part, and I told you to go fast, man. It's a tradition to chill your channel, shill your channel. Okay, IRATE, say it right.
You got this.
All right, I do got this. All right, YouTube. All right, the YouTube link is down. The Facebook link is down. Not working down, but it's in the description. So, sub to this dude.
I'm gonna say IRATE's too kind. Well, sure. YouTube's there. Yeah, Facebook. You can hit me up there. Twitch is still. I did like 2 streams on Twitch. Not sure if I'm gonna use it or not yet.
A little twitchy. About
Yeah,
Twitch?
SoundCloud. I posted. I got like 3 songs that I did in this little electronic program I was toying with. If you ever want to check something like that out.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm still playing around with stuff like stuff I might use for like a background sound for animation. Something like there's a couple games I wanted to work on. I got whatever. I do art, animation, talk radio, pants stealing. You guys can slide me them pics in the DM if you want.
Uh-oh.
Female preferred, obviously.
Obviously.
Nah, like no, whatever. I'm just.
Hey man, you're the first guy to be, to honestly solicit nudes on this channel. So
Whatever.
I am proud of you. I'm
You
proud.
know.
Yes, you're awesome. So, all right, this is the time where I tell everybody what's coming up for this channel. Okay, on Thursday, me and Big Fat Brian are really going to actually talk this week because we're going to do it about The Great Hack on Netflix. I still haven't seen it, so I want to give it an honest, good, look. And usually I like to watch stuff twice when I talk about documentaries, especially. So that Friday, of course, another Creem stream, Cringe Binge, featuring motherfucking nature, thought block, and moving violations, and of course the unending cringe to binge on. Next week in this spot, I've got penciled in, and that means tentative, Sassy Shelley, and if we can't make this happen, it'll probably be blank, and then we'll move on to September. It's just I've had a couple fall through the cracks on that date. So anywho, and I want to be true to her. She's a sweet girl, and she was nice enough to say she'd do it or try to do it at least. And on that note, I don't know, man. You got anything else you want to say, Ninja, before you get out of here? The floor is yours.
Well, I'll take a few minutes, and like I said, shout out to everybody listening. Your support, and IRATE is awesome. I've been around the internet a bit now, met some interesting people, and this core group here is just talented individuals with a lot of knowledge and a lot of whatevers. It's just it's a good group of people, man. Support independent business, music.
Mm-hmm.
These things can't exist without you guys. really. And it's a great outlet for us. You know, everyone should be doing this stuff, I feel like. Just be open and honest with each other too, man. Love more, hate less, you know?
Absolutely. I like that. I like that sentiment, man. And try not to guilt by associate, because that ain't cool. Anywho, all right. So, and I forgot to say, next Friday the Creem stream will start 2 hours later now. So instead of 10 p.m. Eastern, it's going to be midnight.
Nice.
All right? Yeah. So we're going to be doing it late now, people. It's going to be fun. The fire
Better
rises.
Get your coffee, right?
Yeah, no shit, man. It's going to be, yeah, we'll be able to do this thing. It's going to be fun. That's right, Melissa. We are fam. Big hug, sis. All right. And on that note, say bye-bye, brother.
Later, guys. Much love.
Cool. And this is Irate saying I'm OUT for another week. Y'all hang tight. It's going to be fun.
Every week on Friday, 11 p.m. Eastern, the Creem stream. The weekly world news for YouTube. Sundays, 5 p.m.
12 p.m.
Eastern, the ice cream interviews. Fascinating people. Fascinating people. Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern. Hot takes with the Butter Baron.
That's
Watching
right.
horrible shit so you don't have to. Subscribe to Irate Prostate now.